security initiative, foreign military financing, international military education and training, and the Asia Reassurance Initiative Act. All these steps have been taken just to support the Southeast Asian countries with weapons, with equipment, with other advisory. So the United States of America is behind all these activities. They are supporting these Southeast Asian countries just to push them in front of China, and just to pressurize China diplomatically, politically in this region. Japanese support to Southeast Asian countries over South China Sea is a very serious issue for the Chinese, because the Chinese claim this area. They believe that the 9 dotted area belongs to them, and no country has ever can ever claim these areas even. So that's how it is going on. So maritime domain awareness is a priority area for cooperation in the near term. Maritime domain awareness means that just give me a second, guys. I think there is someone knocking the door. Give me a minute, I'll be back. Pause recording. All right. So we were discussing about the Japanese support to the Southeast Asian countries over South China Sea, which is very important for the Chinese. They will never accept any ingress in this region, and they have already provocatively, they have always carried out area denial capabilities, and they are very aggressive when it comes to the South China Sea. So the level of cooperation with individual Southeast Asian countries very widely, but generally Japan and United States have been most engaged with the Philippines and the Singapore and Vietnam. Now these 3 countries, they have got some expansive claims other than Singapore. But Singapore is important because of the Strait of Malacca. Strait of Malacca, as we all know, that is a choke point, very important for sea lanes of communications. Most of the oil, gas, which flow from the Persian Gulf and the Africa, it passed through this region. So this region is also very important. Singapore is very important for US. So that's why they are cultivating good ties with Singapore. Vietnam and Philippines, they have got some expansive claims over the South China Sea, especially Vietnam. They claim many important islands in that particular area in South China Sea, and that's why the United States of America is looking toward Vietnam just to maintain its strategic influence over this region. And Philippines is a tiny state, small state, but as compared to China, but they also get some military support from the US and the Japanese. In Feb 2016, Japan signed an agreement with the Philippines that established procedures for Japan to sell new military hardware, transfer new defense technology, and donate used military equipment and provide training to the Philippine Armed Forces. So that is also another major step, which the Chinese won't like it. Though China and Philippines, or with Japan and China, they are no match with each other. China is way ahead. But still, these capabilities, these modern capabilities, would definitely shore up the capabilities, overall capabilities of the Philippines. So the Chinese won't like it. So that's why China has always contested these steps by the US or Japanese. Now let's quickly look at the military capabilities of the US and the Japanese in this region. So you'll have the idea, and then we can compare it with the Chinese also. Then you can have the idea that what type of things are going on in this region, and how these things are moving about in this region. Guys, I would like to request you all again, please mute yourself, or I will just remove you from the class. So I don't want any distortion again. Please, thank you. All right, so we were discussing about the military capabilities of US and Japan. If we look at the Japanese self-defense forces, Their collective budget, the 2019 defense budget was too huge. Their economy is 5.29 trillion yen, and their defense budget is actually 48 billion, and it is 5.29 trillion in yen, in the Japanese yen. So basically, it's $48 billion budget. It's a huge budget for a country like Japan, who have only got self-defense forces. So you can well imagine that what type of capabilities they are, aiming and they are equipping. They have got about 45,000 sailors, primarily just to protect their maritime interest, their choke points, their sea lanes of communications, their maritime outposts, just to maintain, patrolling, regular patrolling over these areas, their islands. They have got 6,000 plus islands. And other than that, they have got some 49 principal surface combatants. They are warships actually, and in which include 6 Aegis BMD equipped combatants, 6 Aegis BMD. BMD means ballistic missile defense capabilities. Now these Aegis is one of the long range air defense system, which is there just to protect themselves from the North Korean or the Chinese missile strikes. Other than that, they have got 4 helicopter carrier destroyers, 6 patrol coastal, 727 mine warfare. So in a nutshell, they don't have such a huge capability as compared to China. They've got only 20 submarines and 275 naval aviation aircraft, which is too small if we compare it with the Chinese. Chinese have got 64 nuclear submarines. They are huge naval force in this region, and it won't be possible for the Japanese to just counter the Chinese military assertiveness. They have got they are nuclear weapon state, and their missile capabilities are way ahead. Now the only support the Japanese have got in this region is the US. The US Navy, with their 20,000 sailors, apart from 27,000 sailors, the collective strength of the US Navy is about 60,000 plus. They have got 1 aircraft carrier here. They have got 3 cruisers. There are also warships, 8 Aegis BMD equipped destroyers. Now these Aegis, I told you before, they are long range air defense systems, just to help and protect these countries from any aerial strike from the North Koreans or the Chinese. They have also got 4 mine countermeasure ships. You got sea mines also. So just to remove these floating sea mines, they have got some countermeasure ships also. They have also got amphibious assault ship, landing platform dock. They have got 2 landing ships docks, 4 fighter attack squadrons. These are